She thought you'd come running after her. She expected you to beg, to prove your worth, to chase after what was slipping away. But instead, you did something she never saw coming. You stood still, firm in your value. And now she regrets it. See, when a man knows his worth, he doesn't chase. He attracts. He doesn't beg, he lets go. And in doing so, he commands the kind of respect and admiration that no amount of chasing could ever bring. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you refuse to let desperation cloud your mind, you become a man of discipline, of control. She expected you to act from emotion, to plead, to fight for her approval. But instead you moved with quiet strength, proving that you don't need to chase what isn't meant for you. And that's what makes her regret letting you go. Stay still, stay strong, and let her realization come on its own. The man who holds his ground is the one who commands the greatest respect. Number 1. The rebirth through pain. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. And in that choice, a man either rises or collapses. When she walked away, she expected you to crumble. She pictured you drowning in regret, lost in sleepless nights, waiting for a text that would never come. But a man forged in Stoic wisdom does not kneel before the weight of loss. He does not beg, he does not chase, and he certainly does not let a moment of rejection define his existence. Instead, he stands taller. He sharpens himself through adversity. As Marcus Aurelius declared, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength is not found in seeking validation from someone who has chosen to walk away. Strength is built in silence, in the discipline of relentless self-improvement, in the quiet mastery of one's mind and body. She thought you would break. She thought you would chase. But instead, you became untouchable. You turned the pain into purpose. Every moment of heartache became fuel for something greater. Instead of drowning in nostalgia, you channeled your energy into the gym, into your craft, into building an unshakable foundation. You did not seek revenge through hollow displays of success. You became success itself. You became the kind of man who commands presence without speaking a word. The kind of man who walks into a room and shifts the very air. A king never begs a queen to stay. And when she finally looks back, expecting to see the man she left behind, she is met with a stranger, a man unrecognizable, a force beyond her reach. That is your victory. Weak men live in the past, clinging to ghosts, desperate for closure. Powerful men understand that closure is not given, it is created. They move forward with unrelenting purpose, leaving behind not only the woman who doubted them, but the version of themselves that allowed it to happen in the first place. This is the moment where you separate yourself from the masses. This is where you become the man who does not break, who does not beg, who does not need external validation. As Seneca stated, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The opportunity is now. The preparation is your discipline. You've already won. Comment below. Pain is temporary. Power is forever. Number 2. The law of reverse psychology. Human nature, as it turns out, is a peculiar beast, forever drawn to the elusive, the unattainable. The more readily available something is, the less it holds our interest. This is the core of why desperation repels, while a calm indifference attracts. The moment you stop chasing, you shift the entire dynamic. Suddenly, she is the one left wondering, questioning, and second-guessing. When you refuse to engage, when you completely vanish without a trace, you force her to confront something she never expected, your absence. She thought you would fight, that you would plead, that you would crumble at the sight of her leaving. But when you do the opposite, when you meet her departure with complete and unwavering silence, that's when her mind begins to spiral. She anticipated anger, sadness, or even resentment. But what she never prepared for was indifference. That is precisely why your silence becomes a weapon sharper than any words. This unexpected absence forces her mind into a whirlwind of questions, a maelstrom of why hasn't he called, and does he even care? Suddenly, she's the one who feels discarded. This is the power of reverse psychology. It exploits expectation. She assumed she was the prize, the one in control. But by walking away without hesitation, without anger, without a single wasted word, you rewrite the entire narrative. No longer are you the man begging for her return. You are the man she wishes she had never lost. And that realization, it's brutal. Most men waste time begging for closure, demanding explanations, or trying to make her understand the depth of their pain. But the truth is, no carefully crafted message, no emotional confrontation, no speech will ever be as impactful as the silence she never expected. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power, as James Allen once wrote. And silence, that is the ultimate power move. The moment you stop chasing, you become the prize. The moment you become unavailable, you become irresistible. The moment you let go, you take back control. If you truly grasp this, you will never chase again, because you will finally understand that true strength lies in your ability to detach, to remain unmoved, to let go without hesitation. What is Stoicism if not the ability to master oneself, to rise above fleeting emotions, and to hold your ground when the world expects you to falter? In Stoicism today, we do not seek validation from others. We cultivate it from within. And when you learn this lesson, when you embody it fully, you will never again be at the mercy of someone else's whims. If you're ready to turn the tables, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. My silence makes them question everything. Number 3. The cold shoulder effect. Silence is one thing. Presence without reaction, that's another level of power. In the realm of relationships, particularly after a separation, true power lies not in overt displays of emotion, but in the stoic mastery of presence and indifference. Imagine her returning, perhaps by chance or design, and witnessing your unwavering composure. This is where the subtle shift of dominance occurs. Most men, succumbing to lingering sentiments, betray their emotional state through exaggerated coolness or avoidance, revealing their continued vulnerability. However, the man who embodies the cold shoulder effect operates with a detached tranquility, acknowledging her presence without indulging her, responding to her words with calm neutrality, conveying that she is now simply another person. This indifference, more than any angry outburst or pleading, shatters her expectations. Women often anticipate either passionate resentment or desperate longing, but your unwavering neutrality signals the loss of her emotional hold, a realization that will linger far longer than any confrontation. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This resonates deeply with what is Stoicism, emphasizing internal control. Picture her reaching out with a casual message, expecting a reaction only to receive a concise, emotionless reply, planting seeds of doubt about her significance in your life and reversing the dynamic. making her crave your validation. Your silence, your lack of response, becomes her torment. The power of this approach is not in complete severance, but in allowing her to witness your transformation, the death of the man she once knew, replaced by a self-possessed stranger. This leaves an indelible mark, a poignant regret. But by then, your focus has shifted. This is Stoicism today, applying ancient wisdom to modern relationships. Seneca reminds us, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Embrace this Stoic discipline, not as a tool for manipulation, but as a path to inner peace and self-mastery. Apply this to your life by focusing on your internal state, not the external validation of others. Let her actions be a reflection of her inner turmoil, not a determiner of your emotional state. Share your personal experiences and insights in the comments below, and let's explore how to cultivate this Stoic strength together. Number 4. The attraction of detachment. Nothing is more powerful than a man who requires no external validation, a man who is at peace with himself, unattached to outcomes, and fully aware of his worth. This man, who seeks no approval and relies solely on his own inner strength, becomes magnetic. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Detachment, however, isn't about being cold or emotionless. It's about understanding that attachment is weakness and that desperation only pushes people away. When you stop caring about her actions, who she's with, or whether she regrets leaving, that's when you'll start to notice a shift. The moment you stop chasing, she'll start noticing you. Women are naturally drawn to men who are not desperate, who are not constantly seeking their attention or approval. The more you chase, the more they run. The more you crave, the less they give. But once you detach, once you stop seeking her validation, she'll start to wonder why you are so unaffected, why you no longer try. This absence of attention will begin to consume her. In Stoic philosophy, this detachment is seen as strength. It is the ability to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, without hesitation or regret. It means you're no longer emotionally dependent on anyone or anything. And that, my friend, is the most attractive trait a man can possess. When you stop caring about her, you start radiating confidence. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You move with purpose, fully self-sufficient. This is the essence of Stoic happiness. Freedom from external influences and total ownership of your own peace. Many men make the mistake of pretending to be detached, perhaps posting pictures or showing off to make her jealous. But true detachment isn't loud. It's quiet, calm, and effortless. When you no longer need to prove yourself, when you no longer need to demonstrate to the world that you are okay, you have already won. Think of the most powerful men in history. Kings, warriors, philosophers. These men didn't chase approval. They commanded respect simply by embodying their inner power. They understood their worth, and because of that, others naturally followed. This is the energy you must embody, the unaffected, unmoved, self-sufficient man. The paradox here is that once you stop worrying about whether she regrets losing you, that's the very moment she may start to feel that regret. She'll sense the shift in energy, and the game will change. The focus shifts away from her to your own mission, building yourself into something greater, something unshakable. And if she ever looks back and regrets, that's no longer your problem. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A man who needs nothing attracts everything. Understand this, and you become a force to be reckoned with. Let your peace, your purpose, and your detachment speak volumes. Share your thoughts in the comments. How do you practice detachment in your life? Number 5. The art of emotional control. Emotions, much like chains, can imprison us if we allow them to dictate our actions, making us vulnerable, reactive, and ultimately powerless. The moment you surrender to emotional impulses, you become predictable and easy to manipulate. This is where the wisdom of Epictetus becomes invaluable. Man is disturbed not by things, but by his opinion about things. It is not the event itself that harms you, but your reaction to it. This fundamental Stoic truth underscores the importance of emotional control. Imagine this scenario. She expects an outburst, tears, desperate pleas, anything that proves she still holds significance in your life. She has seen this pattern before, knowing that as long as you react, you remain under her influence. But what happens when you refuse to play the game? The moment you choose indifference over emotional chaos, the balance of power subtly shifts in your favor. Now picture this. She leaves, expecting you to chase, to bombard her with texts, to beg for another chance. Maybe she even posts something provocative online, waiting for your reaction. But what does she receive instead? Silence. No desperate calls, no explanations, no validation of her importance. That void, where your attention once was, becomes more haunting than any words could ever be. When she anticipates an emotional storm and instead meets unwavering indifference, she begins to question everything. Was she truly special? Did she ever matter? Why isn't he shattered? And as these doubts creep in, the power dynamic shifts. Most men fail here because they mistake silence for secretly hoping she returns. But true mastery is not in pretending to move on. It is in truly letting go. You do not sit in the shadows, replaying memories or hoping for closure. You move forward with purpose, discipline, and complete detachment. This is where Stoic happiness is born, in self-mastery and the refusal to let external events disturb your inner peace. The man who cannot be provoked cannot be broken. The man who refuses to react forces the world to react to him. Anger is easy. Begging is weakness. Seeking revenge only proves lingering attachment. But silence? Silence is terrifying because it is the absence of validation, and validation is what she craves. She needs proof that she mattered, that she left a mark, that her absence is felt. But when you show nothing, when you continue as if she never existed, you erase her power over you entirely. That kind of indifference is a pain most people are not built to endure. As Seneca wisely said, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." In that pivotal moment, she will sense the shift. Her emotional leverage is gone. This is one of the greatest Stoic life lessons. True power does not lie in controlling others, but in mastering oneself. Do not be the man who suffers for a past that no longer serves him. Move with purpose. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism. Become untouchable. If you're ready to reclaim your power, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. I am untouchable. Number 6. The return of the one who left. She'll never admit it, but this is the one thing that will destroy her ego beyond repair. They always return, not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day when you've stopped thinking about her, when you've rebuilt yourself into something stronger, when your silence becomes deafening, she will reach out. And when she does, you must remember one thing. Your only task is to make sure she no longer holds any importance in your life. This is where most men fail. They get excited, thinking this is their moment, their chance to prove their worth. But understand this: when she returns, it's not because she suddenly recognizes your greatness. It's because she's curious. She's testing the waters, trying to see if she still has control over you. The evolved man, however, sees right through this. When she comes back, he doesn't rush, doesn't celebrate, and doesn't let excitement break his calm. He stays unmoved, indifferent. Maybe he replies, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he acknowledges her, maybe he doesn't. But one thing is certain: she will never feel like she still matters, and that is the ultimate blow to her ego. You were once her world, but now you're just another name in her phone. That realization will crush her, for nothing is more painful than being forgotten. She thought she was the prize, but now you are the prize, and she's just another option. Do not give her the satisfaction of knowing she still affects you. If you choose to respond, keep it brief, detached, emotionless. If she asks how you're doing, simply say, "Good," nothing more, no explanations, no nostalgia. This is the Stoic mindset at play, showing that your happiness, your peace, and your success are not reliant on her validation. And when she realizes that, that's when the regret hits hardest. Because when a man truly moves on, when he no longer cares whether she stays or goes, that's when she realizes she lost him forever. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. You are the master of your destiny. You control your mind. You control your life. You are the prize, and that realization in the end will be her regret. Comment below: pain is temporary, power is forever. Like, subscribe, and remember, they always return when I stop caring. Number 7. The ultimate power move: indifference. The most powerful move a man can make is not chasing, not proving, and certainly not waiting. It is complete and utter indifference. The highest form of power is not in longing for her return, but in severing the desire altogether. This is where most men fail. They remain in limbo, haunted by the illusion of her regret, trapped in the false hope that she will see their worth. They hesitate, waiting for some grand moment of realization from her. But that moment never comes. You, however, do not wait. You do not beg. You do not hope. You transcend. Indifference is not an act. It is a state of being, an unshakable mindset that signals your absolute detachment from her influence. The best revenge is massive success, Frank Sinatra once said. And in the realm of relationships, success is your ability to walk away without a second thought. Not out of anger, not out of spite, but because you have moved beyond the need for validation. When you reach this level, you become the storm she never saw coming, the quiet force that leaves no traces, no rage, no resentment, just an empty, impenetrable void where she once held power. That silence terrifies her, because it means she no longer exists in your world. Women expect reactions. They expect anger, pleading, bitterness, anything that affirms their lingering influence over you. But what happens when you give them nothing? When they prod? When they test? When they throw breadcrumbs to see if they still have a hold, and all they are met with is a calm, indifferent force? That is when their world shatters. You see, people don't regret losing what they take for granted. They regret losing what they realize was truly rare. And nothing is rarer than a man who refuses to be controlled by emotions. A man who embodies Stoicism today, who understands that the only thing worth mastering is himself. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, and your thoughts are no longer shackled to someone who chose to leave. You are free. Most men fall into the trap of false detachment. They pretend to move on, but deep down they are still waiting, still checking her social media, still hoping for a sign. But you are different. You are the master of true detachment, the embodiment of the modern Stoic, the man who walks forward and never looks back. You do not need her to regret losing you. You do not need her acknowledgement. You need nothing, because you possess yourself fully. This is what separates kings from pawns. A king does not beg a queen to stay. He simply reigns, unshaken, unmoved, unbothered. Your power does not lie in her reaction, but in your ability to remain focused, disciplined, and utterly untouchable. You are the prize. And the moment you fully embrace this truth, you no longer chase, you no longer desire, you no longer need closure. You have already won. So tell me, have you mastered the art of indifference, or is there still a part of you clinging to the past? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your perspective. Number 8. The world is yours, not hers. For too long, you made her the center of your world. Your thoughts, your happiness, your sense of self-worth, everything revolved around her. But now, you're taking it all back, because the truth is, your life was never about her. It was always about you. Consider this. How much time did you waste trying to keep her happy? How many moments were spent worrying about her thoughts, her feelings, and what she wanted? Where did that lead you? Lost, drained, powerless. The more you made her the focus, the more you lost yourself. That ends now. The moment you shift your focus back to yourself, you unlock your true power. No more obsessing over texts, checking her social media, or wondering who she's with. That chapter is closed. Now the only thing that matters is your mission, your goals, your growth, your empire. This is where the transformation begins. When a man stops living for validation from others and starts living for himself, he becomes unstoppable. He builds his body, strengthens his mind, grows his wealth. He levels up in ways he never imagined. As he rises, he realizes something profound. He was never meant to chase. He was meant to be chased. She will feel this shift. She will hear about the man you're becoming. She will see the respect you command. Suddenly the roles reverse. The man who once put her on a pedestal becomes the man she wishes she could have back. The one who used to wait by his phone. His phone is now filled with new opportunities, new connections. And here's the hardest truth. She no longer belongs in your world. The man who loved her? He's gone. He died the moment you decided to rebuild yourself. The new you? That man has outgrown her. She was simply a lesson, a stepping stone in your evolution. The world is now yours to conquer. You are the prize. You don't beg. You don't chase. You don't wait for anyone to recognize your worth. You create value. You don't need permission to become great. You take what's yours. You move like a king. You think like a conqueror. You no longer care who regrets losing you because you're too busy winning. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The moment you stop caring about her is the moment you finally realize who you were always meant to be. She was never the destination. She was the wake-up call. This is your awakening. This is your rise. If you're ready to claim what's yours, like this video, subscribe and comment below. I am the prize. What do you think about this transformation? Let us know in the comments. Number 9. The last laugh belongs to the Stoic. The true measure of a man is not found in the petty victories of proving another wrong, but in the profound triumph of proving himself right. To embody the man you were destined to be, a figure of quiet strength and unwavering self-assurance, is the ultimate testament to your character. This is the essence of what is Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to find peace within ourselves, rather than seeking validation or indulging in the fleeting satisfaction of revenge. You move with a silent resolve, allowing your accomplishments to speak volumes. She may have initially believed you replaceable, another fleeting chapter in her narrative, but now she witnesses the transformation. A man forged in the fires of adversity, not merely moving on, but evolving. The man she once knew has vanished, replaced by an unyielding force, a figure impervious to manipulation, untouched by the need to seek, chase, or react. This profound indifference, not anger or silence, will forever haunt her. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." The Stoic man understands that true power resides in his inner core, unshaken by external forces. He refuses to let emotions dictate his actions, to engage in battles beneath his dignity. Instead, he walks away, focusing on building his own empire. In modern life, this translates to focusing on your own growth, your own happiness, rather than getting caught up in the drama of others. She may linger in the shadows, checking your profile, hearing your name, perhaps even attempting to rekindle a flicker of the attention she once took for granted. However, she fails to grasp the fundamental truth. You have already achieved victory, not through making her jealous or inciting regret, but by liberating yourself from her hold on your mind. She thought she possessed power over you, that you would remain tethered to her, waiting and longing. Instead, you have transcended, becoming a figure of greatness, relegating her to a mere ghost of your past, devoid of significance. This is the final stage, not revenge, not anger, but absolute freedom. The moment you release the past, the moment you no longer crave closure, you become truly invincible. As Seneca advised, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. You understand that true success lies in inner peace, true power in self-mastery. So let her wonder, let her regret, let her bear the weight of her choices. You, however, move forward, unburdened by the past, focused on your ascent. Stoicism today offers a framework for navigating life's challenges with resilience and equanimity. The last laugh belongs to the Stoic, and by the time she comprehends what she has lost, you will be too far ahead to hear it. As the Stoic Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. So let her wonder, let her regret. You've already risen above. Now, share your thoughts in the comments. I am unstoppable. Your final awakening. And that, my friend, is the power of walking away with confidence. She expected you to chase, but instead, you held your ground, proving that you are a man of value. Now, she's the one reflecting on her choices. If this video gave you something to think about, make sure to hit that like button. It helps more men discover this message. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more insights on Stoicism and relationships. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever been in a situation like this? How did you handle it? Drop your experience in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Stay strong, stay focused, and as always, never chase, just elevate.